Can you measure or track your swimmers' results? How do you know your swimmers are improving? Hey, what's up, guys? This is your RacePace coach. And if you're asking yourself this question, I want you to think about how your swimmers are improving. How can you track their results? If you're doing a traditional max yardage program, how are you tracking your swimmers' results and how are they improving? Okay, so in this video, we'll go over measurable and trackable results using RacePace training. I'd like to start off with a quote from Dan Locke. You can follow his channel, Dan Locke. His quote goes, "You can't improve something you don't measure." Okay, and I think that this is a really important quote because as a coach and as a swimmer, I I grew up and swam with traditional practices, and I've coached traditional workouts for over 10 years before I started doing race-based training. And and I feel that doing these traditional workouts, they're not measurable, they're not trackable, and you're unable to you can't really tell how well you're doing or if you're going to improve. The only telling factor that will show and that you will feel is how exhausted you are at practice. So this is why you need to do race pace training and then track and measure your results. Okay, so one thing I like to use have the swimmers use to track and measure their results is a notebook. For the past 2 to 3 years doing race pace training, 2 years doing race pace training, for the first 2 years doing race pace training, I had a Google spreadsheet and I had the swimmers go in after practice and then put in their results. This I moved away from this option because my swimmers, they're teenagers, they're 11 and 12, they're 10 and others. They did not understand. They don't remember their results after practice. So if you are using a spreadsheet, I would not recommend you use it to um, track your swimmers' results or have your swimmers track their results. The reason why I don't use the spreadsheet to track my results as a coach is because I don't think it's my duty to track my swimmers' results because it's the swimmer that is swimming. You have to give them the responsibility of tracking their own results and performance because as it's more like a life lesson to keep them responsible for their action and performance. Okay, so what I moved from was to a notebook. So I have them get a waterproof notebook for meters, yards. Dry land, you don't really need a waterproof notebook because since we're dealing with swimming and a water sport, the waterproof, water resistant paper in the notebook won't get all soggy and wet. It's kind of a bit on the pricey side, $10 a notebook. However, I try to have them write the results in a way where they're doing one 6 workouts on one page, so one day on one page. Okay, so a waterproof notebook to track the results. So at every time after they're done with a set, they're resting, they're writing into their notebook, so they're tracking the results, and I have them look back at the past week, and to check if they're improving or not. So that's tracking and that's measuring their results. Okay, even for dryland too. In the course that I offer, there it goes into more information about the importance of dryland. Okay, moving on to the standardized versus traditional. Again, we went over it at the beginning. It's more about consistency. Okay, when you're consistent with your workouts, it allows you as a coach, it allows the swimmers to track and measure their results better, because traditional workouts, there are workouts that are made on made up, like on top of the head, like preparing for swim practices, like 5 to 10 minutes or even out a day before practice. You know, they're based off of probably one or two swimmers or the fastest group. They're not based on individual swimmers with who are swimming individual events at the swimming meet. So there is no I think that there's no consistency when it comes to traditional max yardage workouts, and that's what you want to be able to measure and track your results. Okay, so I hope you enjoyed this video on measuring and tracking your results. If you like this video, please hit the like button. Please comment down in the description below, under the description below, for any video suggestions. I just completed my RacePace 101 course. It's a 2-hour long course. It goes step by step on how I implement RacePace training and why I implement it, and because of this measurable and trackable results. Okay, so it's gonna be in the descriptions below. Again, don't forget to share, and please subscribe to my channel, and thanks for watching, and I'll see you in the next video.